Is 17 and 20 a healthy relationship age gap? Check the laws in your location. Given that you've known each other since you were kids, it's not icky at all. Just be careful so you don't get him arrested. Also, tread lightly to see if he actually feels the same way. 20 can be compatible, or it can be significantly more mature than 17. It just depends on the people. Let's put it this way, nothing wrong with 21 and 18. 3-year gap is not a big deal. Bad relationship dynamics are usually about a power imbalance. Some age gaps make that imbalance a foregone conclusion. 17 and 20 probably not. You might look for warning signs such as one party consistently bringing up how they pay for everything or are being so well taken care of, but that's even assuming the 20-year-old is working rather than at post-sec. I have been trouble imagining this gap inherently causing problems. Edit to add. If potential sexual activity is involved, know the law in your area. If it's not worth waiting a year or two for to keep yourselves on the right side of it, it's not worth having. I'd judge my adult friend if he dated a high schooler. How close are you to 18? How close is he to 21? This is kinda iffy ground. But lots of places have Romeo and Juliet laws, and I think 2017 is legal. But ultimately it's up to you too. If he's down, great. You two shouldn't care what his others think about it if it's legal and you both feel safe. A 3 years age gap is typically not a big deal in my opinion, but at your age it's still a bit of a large gap in my opinion. I would say a 3-year age gap when you are 18 or 19 is much less of an issue. And at least in my country, America, you aren't even an adult yet, which makes it incredibly weird. I would say that it's best to wait a year or two. And after that there would be no issue at all. Of course it's not a problem. Anyone who disagrees with that is stupid and/or American. You might want to triple check your local laws. You're both at the odd combination of ages where it might technically be a sex crime if your relationship gets intimate. Emphasis on might, since laws vary on that quite a lot. That is between the two of you. If you are younger, never assume that you are the same level of maturity as the older person. That's a trap. You thinking that you are is just you being young and stupid. Wait until you're out of HS. I find that the best rule of thumb is the old half your age plus 7 years adage. So you take the older person, 20, in this case, divide by 2, which equals 10, and then add 7, equaling 17. So 17 would be the absolute youngest age that a 20-year-old should date. So you're in the clear, but just barely. Be wary that there may be some maturity differences since 17 and 20 are pretty different places to be in life for most people. And make sure you know your country, state's laws about age of consent. But in terms of the age gap itself, there's nothing immoral about it. If he were 21, that would be a different story. When I was 20, I slept with a 17-year-old. At the time, I was crazy drunk and didn't really think anything of it. Upon my friends finding out, I realized this was widely viewed as pedophilia. Although it still doesn't feel pedophilic emo. It's definitely something I would undo if I could. Even typing this, my face is red with guilt and shame. Do with that what you will. 3 years is a healthy gap, just not at those ages. Yes, it's totally fine. 16 is the legal age of consent in most places, so from a legal standpoint it's fine. Most areas also have exceptions for close ranges, like a 15-year-old can consent 4 years upward and etc. From a moral standpoint, 3 years isn't much, and 17 and 20 are ages where, despite the age gap, You'll still be at similar points in your life. Some people may give you a hard time, but it's totally fine morally and legally. I've dated 2 guys with a similar age gap, and in both cases the age was never a problem at all. I think you are very mature for your age and second on waiting until you're 18. I hope it works out for you. If it were me, I'd personally want to wait. When I was 15, I didn't see dating my 18-year-old best friend as a problem, for example. But then I hit 18 and was like, whoa, I know I'm cool with the kids. I flunked a couple years, so a lot of my friends were 15, 17. And some of them have said they like me, but this feels weird and I'm gonna say no. Same at 20, I'd have felt super weird dating my 17-year-old best friend. Even now that I'm 22 and they're 19, I'd feel weird dating that young. I'd advise waiting until you're 18. There isn't some sudden switch that flips or anything. But that's usually where even states with Romeo and Juliet laws finally get less confusing and technical. And anyone who might not know the situation is gonna judge him way less. Plus, it might just feel less weird to him than dating a 17-year-old. It's also on the adult to say no if a minor initiates. TBH, which, even with a situation like this that I'd understand more, is still probably gonna put pressure on him to say no. I'd also evaluate where y'all are in life. Like, at 16, I was pretty much on my own, and at 18 I found I was at a similar stage in life to most 20-year-olds. And I still tend to get along better with people a couple years older than me because of that. If you're at pretty similar places, it's gonna feel different. And if one or both of y'all in a place where life could very quickly pull you both apart, it might be worth waiting until stuff is more stable. In this situation, my worry isn't necessarily that he's gonna groom you or anything, though it could happen. It's more that y'all could very easily still be in different places in life, and a messy breakup would not be easy to handle while one or both of y'all deal with major life changes. Plus, societal pressure on both of you is gonna add another stressor to a potential relationship. Hearing all these opinions makes me think of my aunt. She got married at 17 to a 20-year-old. She was still in high school. Everyone assumed it was a shotgun wedding because she was pregnant. But the months went by and no pregnancy, and according to my grandmother, she got into a few fistfights with girls who assumed otherwise to her face. She didn't have her first baby until 3 years later, and went on to have 3 boys with this man, but ended up divorced after about 10 years. Anyways, I personally don't think it's weird. The age gap or your ages. If you want to avoid raised eyebrows from the pearl clutches, you can wait until you are 18. Good luck. I hope it works out well. As long as it's legal, shoot your shot and good luck.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.